recreation is about these new parking places. They were about half as many carry before we did, and it was gravel and rough, and people were parking on the grass. But now you notice the sidewalk meets the pavement, and it's beautiful. But what this project is all about is about exercise. Those of us who are getting a little older know even how the more older we get, the more we realize that exercise is so important. We have a nursing home right here and a nursing home to my right where people are not exercising or have the opportunity. So as much exercise as we can get, the better, the longer we live, and we live a far better quality of life. Let me tell you how this project started briefly. There's a gentleman just to Greg's right, Mr. Kenneth White, came by one day and said, you know, we have a terrible parking problem out here. People are parking on the grass, and so many people want to use this entrance because there's no steps like there are. So we called a young lady named Faye McEwen and said, can we do something about the parking at the Recreation Center? Well, Recreation Center wasn't the magic word. The magic word is health. And Jim will tell you, y'all don't fund recreation projects, but you do fund health projects. So Faye and her staff, Doug Shelton, this preceded our former Senator Tracy, but the efforts of so many made this possible. And I'm going to try to name as many as I can. Public Works did a tremendous amount of work here preparing this. Nice new sidewalk. They put a lot of effort into it. Jim Patterson from St. John Engineering designed the project and went through all the hoops. You know, the federal government can make something simple complicated, but this was made simple, and you see the results. Randall Dunn was a part of, and Buck were a part of that direction also. Carrie and her staff, and we had the support of the Rec Center, and we're proud of that, and we think this is a great additional asset to one of the finest facilities in all of Tennessee. So having said that, I want Jim Tracy to come and say a few words.
Well, thank you, Mayor. I'm glad to be here today. As Mayor Bingham pointed out, with USDA rural development, my job is a state director, and Faye does a great job in this area. Our office is in Lawrenceburg, her and Doug, and we've got a great staff down there, but he pointed out how important it is for health. My job is working with these smaller communities across the state to improve economic prosperity in these smaller areas. Well, how do you improve economic prosperity if you don't improve the health? If you don't improve the health of your citizens in that community, it's going to cost a whole lot more to provide for that community. So we're glad to help. $20,000 grant to go for this parking lot, and if it just helps a few people, to come here and they feel safe getting out of the car where they're not going to stumble getting in. If it just gets a few people here to exercise and work out, improve the quality of life, it's all been worth it. So we're glad to be a part of this at USDA Rural Development, and I would be amiss if I didn't thank our congressmen, our senators for appropriating the money. So they appropriate the money so we can give out the grants across the state for this. But I'm glad to be in Lewisburg, since I know a lot of you here since I represented you in the past. So it's an exciting day to be in Lewisburg today. What a great facility. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Let me thank two other people, and they're not here. Rogers Group donated the stone that's underneath this pavement. That was worth about $8,000, I believe. Is that close?
About right.
And then Jerry Williams allowed us to use his yearly contract for paving, that we got the paving at a much discounted price, about half what it was if it didn't bid otherwise. So if we could step forward and let's try to cut this. And Kenneth? I'd like for you to cut it. Just cut it. It's amazing what can be done when people work together. And I tell you, we had people from all different areas to pull together. It's one thing to go after a grant. It's one thing to plant. It's one thing, another thing that when they come to fruition, I can't say that, but when they get completed, that doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes we plan and we plan and we plan, nothing gets done. This got done. And there's two other projects that we're going to see today.